Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection. Today I'm joined by the head coach of the Alabama soccer team, Todd Bramble. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Thank you, Coach. You finished the weekend with a 1-0-1 record in 2 road games over the weekend, a 5-0 win over Austin Peay, and a 2-2 tie versus Middle Tennessee. Can you give us a quick recap of how you feel your team played over the weekend?
Yeah, I thought our performance for the most part was very good. We certainly got off to a good start on Friday night up in Clarksville against Austin Peay, and I was really happy that the team came out and took care of business. Scored 5 goals in the first half, and really put the game out of reach by halftime. And that was good for a lot of reasons. We had the ability to rest that group of players that got started, and we got a lot of minutes for some players that maybe didn't play as much the previous weekend. In the second half of that game, and we finished that night out really well in a convincing victory, and scored some great goals in that game, created a lot of great chances. And then the Middle Tennessee State game, was a little bit of a disappointment from a result standpoint. Certainly, we created more than enough chances to win that game, and gave up 2 disappointing goals on the night. So we certainly left there with a bitter taste in our mouth. But there was a lot of aspects of the game where we performed really well, and some of those moments are just learning experiences early in the season here that it's just more important that we get those things fixed and live through those before conference play starts.
Coach, one of your big positives this season has been senior midfielder Teresa Diedrich. She's a 3-year captain and arguably the leader of this year's team. She's leading Alabama in total points with 8 on 2 goals and 4 assists through the opening 5 games. Can you talk about what she kind of means to this team so far this season?
There's no doubt about it. She's, being here as long as she has now. She's been the captain for 3 years now, so she's got those, that comfort zone, as one of the leaders of our team, and she's just playing outstanding right now for us on both sides of the ball. Her work rate and her ability to help out for us defensively has been very, very good. And then, she's just got a calmness and a composure about her when she gets the ball now that allows her to, give good passes, get good shots off, make the right decisions, even when she's under pressure. So, yeah, without question, this is the best I've ever seen Teresa play, and we're really happy with the start she's gotten off to this season.
Well, Coach, Teresa is obviously one of your more consistent players, and this is something you would expect out of her. On the other hand, can you talk about maybe the 1 or 2 players who maybe have surprised you so far this season?
Well, we're also really happy with what we're getting from another senior, Laura Lee Smith. She's appearing on almost every score sheet right now, whether that's getting goals or assists for us right now. Her work rate through all of the games has been very, very good. She's an absolute handful for defenders to have to deal with, and she's doing a lot for us. And then you can't ignore the job that Lacey Claret has done for us early in the season as well, freshman. From Chicago, Illinois. She's come in, and from an attacking standpoint, she's been very, very good for us as well. So, those are 2 players in addition to T that have contributed to what we're doing offensively right now. That's helping us out a lot.
Coach, I know you're glad to see those seniors step up, but also see some freshmen step up, and in that your team has generated 48 total shots in those past 2 games that we just talked about. You now have outshot opponents 82-34, which results in a big 49-18 advantage in shots on goal and 13-5 edge in goals scored. What do you attribute this offensive onslaught to so far this season?
Well, the players have a lot of confidence right now, and not only sort of the system that we're playing, but each other. It's those opportunities aren't coming out of any one person being selfish or creating chances on their own. It's really it's a team-based concept that those chances are being created from, and those numbers are good. It is disappointing that through those numbers we still have a loss and a tie on our record, which we're a little bit disappointed about because we at least should have scored 1 more goal against Memphis and 1 more goal against Middle Tennessee. So those chances are good, but now the next piece of that, what we got to do a little bit better job is finishing some of those chances we're creating.
Well, Coach, coming up on Friday night, you'll host number 3 Virginia, and then on Sunday you'll host Jacksonville State. We'll have a preview of that later in the week. But for now, Coach, thanks for coming out and talking with us today.
My pleasure.
For head coach Todd Bramble, I'm Christopher England, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.